What's going on? This is your girl, Jamie Blessed. Right now, I got Big Menace on the line, and he is the Ahat Utah Division President right now, right?
That's what it is. That's what it do. Hey, hi, it's your boy Menace. We are here getting it in. Live interviews with Jamie Blessed.
Hey, all right. So I'm recording you right now.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up. Okay. All right. So let's get right into this because you have a battle, like a big event for Ahat Utah, and that's on this Saturday coming up, right?
Yeah, the March 15th. It's called the Re-Up. It's going to be over 16 battles on the card from up-and-coming artists all the way up to established and favorite artists. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be at this crazy nightclub out here called Club and Hotel / Elevate. So it's one of the #1 nightclubs out here in Salt Lake City on a Saturday night. So it's going to be a gang of people there and the whole, real good atmosphere and a lot of energy.
Right. Okay, and what was the name of that hotel club again?
It's called Hotel Elevate. So everybody out here knows it as Club Hotel Elevate.
Elevate. Okay. Just making sure. One of the people battling is Dre Vishiss, right?
Correct.
And he's battling Crystal Fire. Shout out to Dre Vishiss and Crystal Fire. How do you think that battle is gonna go? Because I think that they have like two different styles. And I wouldn't have never have paired that up. Did you pair up those battles?
Yeah, I did. Line up the matchups. But I just kept, saying that we're just gonna rock and line up who was rocking with us. And Dre Vishiss and Crystal Fire, really have always been just real people, real humble, real cats that have always, showed love for Utah and wanted to come out and get it in. So they've been in, ready to get it in from day one since I've been trying to line up this card. And Crystal Fire, I think it's gonna be a great matchup just for the fact that because they're both, to me, I know them both. I've met them both. I can chill with them both.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I got to chill with Dre Vishiss a little bit more, but I'll make sure I do when I get out here. But they're both real people, like real cats, like the street. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be you might say it's just the styles matchup, like the personalities and like their backgrounds and what they represent and stand for. I feel a lot of it are similar,
Mm-hmm.
and so I feel it's gonna be a great clash that way. You know what I mean? And a good look on camera for sure.
Okay, that's really good.
There'll be a lot of bars for sure. I know it's gonna be a bar fest. You know what I mean? I've watched Dre
Oh
Vishiss
yeah.
battles.
Right. I definitely can see that happening too. It's a bar fest indeed. Now, AB Hogish is definitely one of my favorites. So I have to know, who is he battling?
His name is Lefty Two Guns.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a huge star here on the West Coast. Has over 100,000 views. Been on King of the Dot, Old Grind Time. A lot of different leagues from Seattle. Traveled all around. So he's one of the pioneers of Salt Lake City, Utah battle rap scene. He actually had a couple of main page uploads. He had one with Keys. He had a battle with Emerson Kennedy earlier in the year, earlier in 2013.
I think I saw that.
What was that?
I saw that, the one with Emerson Kennedy. That was a pretty good battle.
Emerson Kennedy's on the rise. Everybody knows he's fighting for the top 1 or 2 out of the Utah scene and actually in all the West Coast. And then you got, and the only person who was there was, Lefty, you know what I mean? So everybody wanted to see that matchup. And I was just proud that Utah was able to bring that battle, that in-state classic matchup to the people here in state.
Okay, I can see that. Now, I know that JP, aka Just Punchlines, is like the headline battle with Stampede, right?
Oh man, I can't even. That's gonna be a toss of I know it's crazy because Stampede's energy and and his delivery and the way he sells his bars and performs. You know what I mean? It's really hard to get over. You know what I mean? To bear over. But the reason why I like the matchup is because they're both kind of like a battle of the bullies. You know what I mean? It's more of a grudge match, because JP could be the biggest bully. You know what I mean? And ever since he's battled here in Utah, and, he's actually had a big battle with Little Sexy on the main.
I saw that.
Yeah, there's some pretty good numbers there, and it's
did.
to continue to grow on that. And he's always humble. He's always paid dues. Every time, there was a chance where, for Ahat to rock Summer Jam, it required the artists that were going to be involved to, help make the movement happen and everything, can, contribute to resources and things to make it happen. To have Ahat Utah at the official Utah Summer Jam, and he was part of making that happen, earlier in 2013. So, things like that, that shows me, people that are really dedicated, that are, really for the movement, and that are beyond just themselves, you know what I mean? They're there for,
right.
Trying to enhance the home for everyone, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. I know exactly what you mean. I also want to ask you about one more artist, and that's because I know that this particular rapper didn't really get a chance anywhere else, and I'm talking about NoShame. You gave NoShame the first chance, and I'll put that in quotation, the first chance from anybody else. What do you think about NoShame, and what do you think about giving NoShame that chance?
To be real, this is another person, you know what I mean? So I just treated it as business, as normal. One thing at Ahat, we treat it as, it's a corporation and a legitimate company, so we really can't really discriminate. And the policy at the time that I had with my division was an open door policy. There was a registration fee, there was a contract that needed to be signed. At the time, NoShame was required to pay for her own travel from Dallas, her own hotel, everything, to get the opportunity. And given that opportunity, did everything and sacrificed everything that she had to make it happen on her own. You know what I mean? And she even went above and beyond and had no footage at the time, but said a demo reel of herself spitting bars. It was we have on the website, we have a general link where people that are wanting to sign up or inquire can click on it and submit their information for a contact. And we always follow up with that. And
wow, I didn't know that.
We get a lot of those and we respond to those. So see within that, I know it would be bad to discriminate or whatnot, so give her a shot in Utah State. She killed it. Always kept it humble. Always, used to deal with business-wise, so it was a no-brainer. Michael White, he's from Texas, so the battle that he had just recently with them amongst each other, it was all good.
Right. For some reason, ever since I had the opportunity to interact with Michael White, I just laugh every time that somebody mentions his name, because he is so funny the way he chooses to deliver his bars when he's spitting, but he doesn't sound anything like that when he's speaking normally,
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy.
Yeah, so he's definitely funny. So really, since we're not only speaking about NoShame, the transgender, let's also talk about the opportunity that you gave Michael White too, or people period. But let's talk about Michael White, because I don't think a lot of people would have gave Michael White. Do you think anybody else outside of Ahat would have given Michael White the opportunity that you guys did?
I don't know if any of the bigger leagues, would have gave him the opportunity. I'm not sure. I couldn't speak for them. I know that he has had some recent success on other leagues in his region. And I know he actually does do pretty good numbers. I think he might even be at 500,000 views total combined as an artist throughout the Texas area. And so it just depends. I honestly feel like originality and being unique, I can definitely see that, especially with it being, with battle rap evolving and becoming saturated, or not, I don't want to say saturated because that's a negative term. I just want to say evolving and enhancing and getting more people involved. So as it's doing that, a lot of more people are going to sound the same. A lot of people are going to emulate others to try to learn and to try to, here's how you can deliver a scheme, or here's how I'm going to be a Danny Myers punchline guy, so I'm going to do it like this.
Right.
And so at least you have somebody that's willing to take that, to stand out and say, hey, I want to be, because right now, why are we talking about it right now?
Right.
It was just a normal Joe Smo. I mean, if he didn't rap like that, would we be talking about it right now?
Exactly.
Negative energy is still energy being or
Yeah. Oh, we're
towards
not.
him.
Yeah, but this isn't negative energy from us, though.
No,
So.
not you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, when people, if people are
Talk about
people
it.
that may say, just any league that may say that, hey, I may not give him a shot, or I may not give him a chance because it's so unique. Regardless, that energy is still, make it value. You know what I mean? It makes him stand out. I think he's a valuable artist in my eyes.
Exactly. I would have to concur with that opinion. Now, the last artist I'll ask you about is SnoThug. And I'm going to ask you about that, Big Menace, because at one point you asked me if I wanted to battle her. And I did say yes, that I remember. And I thought that I was actually supposed to battle her, but it kind of didn't go through because of like time lapse and everything. But what do you think about her in that matchup with her battling me? What do you think about that?
I was excited for the match. Personally, like we all know that female battles, are interesting. They're good to watch. They're fun, entertaining, and once again different than the regular thing you're going to see every day. So, it was kind of interesting that way. It had a lot of appeal to me. You know what I mean? To see you come out, battle. Because everybody is interested and intrigued. Do you have rap? Do you have bars? So why not get it solved right now, March 15th, versus SnoThug?
Right.
It was really cracking. You know what I mean?
Right.
As a promoter, as a marketing genius guru, you already knew that should make sense. So right on top, you get David Dean SnoThug in the matchup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now SnoThug, she's an up and comer. You know what I mean? I definitely she has things to work on and things like that. But I definitely feel like she's a good MC and a good writer, and definitely is in involvement and brings home.
How did the Ahat Utah Division come about? Like, what made you want to substantiate your trade, your battle league with Ahat?
To be real, it didn't even start that way as far as me having a battle league and then turning it into Ahat or wanting it to be affiliated with Ahat. It was basically one day, shout out to the homie R&B from Ahat Cali. You know what I mean? He's the main president of the Cali division. So he basically, used to be, he comes from an artistry background. R&B does. He's not only a rapper himself, but he did backup and hype man for a pretty big West Coast artist by the name of Sly Boogie, who had a couple of big hits on a major label, West Coast label, a few years in the 2000 era and whatnot. And so while traveling on the little West Coast regional tours and stuff, he did come through Utah and interacted with some promoters out here.
Okay. What was the name of the record label out there on the West Coast?
I can't remember. He knows more. I want to say it's almost like Priority, like one of the type subsidiaries. You know what I mean? Like some LaFace type shit or something. So I can't remember. He knows a little bit more.
Okay.
I can't remember the exact label, but it definitely had. They were on, like top 40 radio, getting tons of spins on SoundScan, like touring, just like definitely a hit, like on some old exhibit type shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so basically they come to Utah, and so when they come out, they get booked by a promoter. That promoter happens to be one of my colleagues. So years go by, my colleague still keeps in communication with R&B. R&B evolves, something happens with that whole label thing, and he becomes, partners with Omar O.D. Davis and launches the California division. So basically they're already homies. OD and R&B are already homies, but then my promoter homie and my friend, my partner, is friends with R&B. So R&B is telling him, like, bro, R&B loves Utah from the times that he traveled out here. And he's like, man, we're trying to expand the brand. We're definitely looking for new talent in all different areas in the region. We're trying to, hold down the West Coast or whatnot. Salt Lake is a prime area. So if you knew there was talent here already, because there was a battle, there is still, and a battle league already established at the time that we started doing business out here. So there's already talent being seen. There's already great talent that's, showing that Utah's a good market to expand to with the support of fans and internet, digital fans and everything like that. So now we're in there. So he hits up the homie, and the homie's like, he hits me up, and I have a company that does this film and photography, so that's how I get involved. I get a call to basically come film the very first event they're gonna have.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just a third party subcontractor, gonna get paid a little bit of money to come film and edit the battle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So basically, as the negotiations starts unfolding, it starts taking a lot more effort to launch this event and to make this battle be a success. You know, a lot of business negotiations with clubs, artists. You know, getting artists to even be down to do it. It's just a lot of different obstacles to take. And so amongst that way, I just kind of asserted myself, honestly, into a leadership role by just coming through and being proactive and just throwing resources and trying to make that shit happen, really, as far as helping out with booking the venue, saying I'll help out with the camera filming, and help out with lining up the artists, and things of that nature. So that's basically how I got involved with Ahat. This is the very first event, and ever since then, I come from an artist background myself, so it kind of seemed like it was a godsend, really, to be real. Like, I'm originally from Las Vegas, born and raised. Due to some unfortunate incidents, I had to move to Utah about midlife, and so and then when I found out this league was based out of Vegas, it's hip hop, it's freestyle battle rap, which is something I was familiar with and pretty decent at myself in the prior years. And so I was like, what are the chances that this would come to me like this? Like, I really saw it as a sign. You know what I mean? Like, if I slept on it, like, it would just be like, you know, you'd be just sleeping on the biggest opportunity you had. And so I just threw everything I had into it, like my family, my paper, everything I had, just to make every show pop, try to promote it. It wasn't all by myself, you know what I mean? We had a huge staff, a lot of support from everybody. So that's basically how the Utah Division cracked off. Shout out to Mike Masters Alliance, which is another league that we have out here that helps evolve the battle scene here in Utah and out here on the West Coast. So, you know, with the affiliation with them and with Ahat, it's been, you know, and we're in our location. Location's been helpful because we're just in the Midwest, right around Arizona.
Right.
We're a hard drive away from Colorado, Arizona, Vegas. You know, so we're like a hub where people can all travel here and get it in on one stage. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But anyways, what's up? I want to shout out to homie A.B. Hogish for coming out. You know what I mean? Being willing to come out and touch big stages, battle many artists. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be definitely good, nice there. Definitely a good look there. You know what I mean? Appreciative of him.
Yes.
Shout out to homie Crystal Fire. You know, coming all the way out from the northwest area, right around Fort Lake area. So that's gonna be in the Washington area. So that's gonna be dope. I mean, I want to shout out everybody on the card, so I'm gonna possibly, you know, take a second here and shout out to OD, R&B, Danny Dean, you know what I mean, Homie Keys, gonna be coming out to the event, help host Taylor, you know what I mean, she's gonna help host Honey B, so that's gonna be dope. We're gonna have a dope host, the photographer, you know, all my videographers, you know what I mean, Hope Easy, the whole staff that's gonna be there that night, DJ Jackie, the homie that helped me get the venue and lock it down. All the homies from None and Martyr coming out from Colorado. Your boy Emerson's gonna be coming out. That's gonna be dope. The Jones, Joey Jaws, Gene, Chicasso. I mean, everybody's gonna be coming out, so it's gonna be dope. You know what I mean? Like, yeah you heard it, Chicasso. Chicasso's gonna be on the Ahat stage.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Genie?
Genie, he's really good, and he's excellent with the freestyle. Like, you'll never know. I think he's mostly freestyle. If I'm for certain.
I hope he brings some prepared bars, but you're right. He is good at the impromptu rebuttals and freestyle, but I think that could overbear sometimes. So I hope he brings some prepared bars. What do you feel about that?
I definitely understand what you're saying with that, because sometimes he'll just get like flustered within the rebuttals. So if he writes as well as bring that rebuttal game freestyle, I think he can take it. That's what I think. I think he can handle two average rappers at once. That's personally what I think, and I don't mind seeing him doing that. Okay, well, before we end this, Vic Menace, do you have any shout-outs to give?
Shout out to homie A.B. Hogish. I know I touched a little bit on Lefty Q Gun. You know what I mean? I can't speak on the homie A.B. Hogish. He's had crazy battles out in the Northern California area, killing it. You know what I mean? With I'm trying to remember what the league was out there.
Oh, you talking about LA Battlegrounds?
No, not LA Battlegrounds. It was one of the, and my bad, I got the correction. The Jungle. That's where Hogish used to battle at when it was cracking over there. He was in with the Jungle, and that was affiliated with the URL. So they were doing big things years back, battle rap on the West Coast. So it was a blessing to have him on the card. I want to shout out to, real quick, if you don't mind me, real quick, his lyrical assailant, Burner. Sean Cruz, these are some of my up-and-coming cats that are getting a chance on the next card, and getting a chance to get a look. Night One in Heaven, Doozy and Pyro, Odyssey and Puff Mama, you know what I mean, Optimist and Dre V. They're all going to be on the Legacy and Angry Monk, and I'm pretty sure I touched on all the rest of the battles. We're going to have over 16 battles that night. But I just want to let you know, Dang Game, like, you know, you always have a stage you can rock on. I don't know what kind of stuff you was going through about during your battle in the past. I know Prime is always open. I'm not sure if you're willing and down for that, but I know Prime is open to return it back on anybody to get a shot on the next channel or on the next event, which obviously it seems like it's going really good in Vegas. You know what I mean? That you actually had some pretty good uploads with you know, that he has just recently done. So the next channel's looking good. So, you know, you always got the stage to home here at Ahat. You know what I mean? We appreciate you. That's a dope way that your channel evolved. I like the fact that it was on a positive tip. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
Well, you know what I mean? I'm sure we went way over time. I appreciate your time, and thanks for listening. Appreciate you.
All right. And thank you guys so much for watching.